to be creating a very small program in fsharp Interactive for folding over a collection. We're going to create a new file here and Visual Studio Code. Just going to name it fold test fsx. fsx is the extension of interactive fsharp files. And here, the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to open system. That's opening the namespace system. Very useful. We're going to create an array first. So let's say we want to add the numbers up to 10. So we're going to create a list. You create a list by using the brackets. We're going to do 1, 2, oops. Very good, very common mistake of using a comma instead of a semicolon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to create, and then we're going to get a sum of them by using a fold. A fold is basically an iteration where every time you go through each of these elements, you're going to maintain a state that you could pass over and over throughout the iterations. So we're going to tell fsharp that we want this variable, and that we want to pass that variable to a function from the list module, and the function is called fold. Now if we put the mouse on top of here, you can see the help for fold. You need a folder, which is a function that has a state, that given a state and a current element as a parameter, it produces a state. And then two other parameters here for the fold function for the initial state and the actual list. Now because we're using the pipes, that list is this last parameter, so that's why we can pipe that collection to this function. So we're going to create the fold function. Just going to make an inline function here. Make a current state and current element. Okay. So we're going to add the current state to the current element. And our initial state is 0. We want to start with 0. And then we're going to print the result. So we're going to hit F1, and then we're going to send it to fsharp Interactive, FSI. So I'm going to click that. It's going to execute the script, and there you go. In Interactive it says this make collection, and the result is 55. Now if we want to try to see what's going on, I'm just going to put some good old print statements in the body of the folder, so that way you can know what's going on. So copy that. So we're just printing the statement. You print the two values, the current state and the current element. I'm going to save that, and just to be clear, I'm just going to clear this thing here. I'm going to send it to a terminal again. We're setting the interactive. Okay, so now you can see the current element is 1 and the current state is 0, because at the very beginning, at the very first iteration, there is the value is 0. And then when we go to the second element, the state is 1, because that's what we passed in the previous iteration. So remember, this line right here, everything that's at the end, the function, that's what gets returned by the function. In this case, we're returning the sum of the current state plus the current element. In the third iteration, you see that we got past 3 as the current state and 3 as the current element. When we're in the fourth element, we see that the current state was 6. Again, it's the sum of its previous elements, and the current element was 4. And that's how you use fold. It basically allows you to iterate through, walk through a list or a collection on an array, and maintain and pass state through the iterations. Another name for the fold in other programming languages or libraries is reduce. You can reduce a collection to something. Thank you very much.